to 20k southwesterly. No major traffic to report this early in the morning, and all the arterials are looking good.
Typical day, I arrive at work at about 4 o'clock in the morning, so I'm up at about 2:45.
A regular day is probably about 10 hours. Start at 5 and finish around 3, 4 o'clock.
Our fleet consists of about 650 trucks. Our business is local distribution. We have 68 depots around the country, so all of those trucks work out of their local town.
It's a family-owned business. We supply the food service industry, which is anywhere where people eat out of home, pubs and clubs and hotels to hospitals and schools, takeaway shops, bakeries. So very diverse customer base.
My job is to actually transport cold air. So if ever I'm going to come under pressure, it's because of vehicles not on the road.
Steve's worked with us for many years now.
Is that here, is it?
He's quite passionate about the fleet and about the trucks.
Most of our trucks are Isuzu. They have proven to be the most reliable truck that we've had in the fleet.
We actually find the vehicles work very well in all sorts of different terrains. We've tried a couple of other brands over the time and they haven't been as durable.
I love driving in general. I love driving trucks, I love driving cars, I love riding motorbikes.
Driving the trucks isn't the main thing, it's the meeting of the people. I love the interaction with the customers.
No, I love driving. Always have.
Our drivers and our trucks are what our customers see every day, so it's important that they present well.
I think where PFD is actually unique with our truck fleet is we don't necessarily employ a truck driver per se. We're almost employing a small business owner who goes out for his truck every day and is responsible for what happens during the day with all those goods that go on it.
Hey! Thank you, my man. You have a lovely weekend. I'll see you again on Monday or something, I'm guessing.
PFD is a great partner for us. Not only are they one of the largest Isuzu fleets in the country, but they're in every single terrain, in every state, in every environment in Australia. And it's a fantastic case study for us to look at.
We couldn't do what we did without our fleet of vehicles, but we need to make sure that we run it as efficiently and cost effectively as we can.
From where I sit, logistically, we're probably doing it at the moment a little bit in the old-fashioned way.
The telematics unit is like the black box in an aircraft. It's monitoring all of the systems and talking to the vehicle computer. So everything to do with fuel efficiency, driver behaviour, and all of the other aspects of vehicle performance, we can see that in real time.
At the moment, I'm responsible for 650 trucks, but I don't know where they are, who's driving them, or what they're doing in them.
So what we wanted to do was install the units in a new fleet, give the drivers a bit of time to get used to that, capture some of that baseline data, and then start to educate the drivers on how they're tracking and how they can improve.
We certainly know what it's costing us in terms of the repairs and maintenance, but we probably don't know a lot of the behaviours that generate some of the repairs.
I see the opportunities there will be in driver training, learning driver characteristics, and also learning the characteristics of the vehicle.
So we had a 2-week period of collecting baseline information, and then we had a session with the drivers to teach them some of the things they needed to understand about improving their efficiency.
As you know, over the last few weeks, we've been doing a bit of an upgrade in the system in our trucks.
Essentially, it's an information gathering system, and it'll work on things like looking at fuel economy, looking at brake application, looking at the revs of the engine, speed of the vehicle, and so on. So there's potential to work with them to actually reduce your fuel consumption and wear and tear on the truck, which ultimately benefits everybody.
There'll be a level of interest from all of the drivers. There'll be those that are actually quite interested in how they're performing and how their vehicle's performing, and look at it as a proactive exercise.
It's not a witch hunt, it's not Big Brother, and we're not out to punish. We're out to help our drivers. We want our drivers to be better drivers, not just for us, but for them and other road users.
I think being a younger driver, I didn't really mind being told how to drive, but I think a lot of the older boys will probably not enjoy being told how to drive.
I think I drive all right, but it'd be good to see what it actually tells me, whether I'm better than I think I am or I'm not as good as I think I am.
Whether you're a new driver or an old driver, everyone has bad habits. And so I think refresher training will also be a valuable tool. for even our more experienced drivers.
I actually think it might change me slightly. I don't know if it'll be, full on back, everything within the green range, but I think I'll be more conscious of what I'm doing.
Yeah, you probably automatically might start thinking, oh, that's all right, I can ease off a little bit and I'm saving the company a bit of money. And
So after a couple of weeks, we presented the baseline data to Steve from PFD, and I think he was a little bit surprised at some of the results.
Some of the preconceptions I had about different drivers were probably broken a little bit. So it makes you sort of wonder how we judge our drivers now. That's an opportunity for us to review a little bit of what pressures we may put on our drivers, but also look at a group training and try to bring that all in together to make it more consistent and safer workplace.
It really doesn't matter how big your fleet is, everybody can benefit from saving money on fuel costs. But there are also safety benefits to be had, reduced insurance premiums, and then over time, reduced costs in servicing and maintenance as well.
If you've got a vehicle that's high in maintenance, we might be able to then go back and look at the driver habit that goes with that vehicle and then work out if it's the vehicle or it's the driver and then make, some sort of changes to try and, minimise our costs there.
It's really important for fleet managers to know where their vehicles are in real time.
Each truck would carry, say, 30 on average customers a day, right? So potentially that's 30 phone calls. What time's my order going to be there?
Now we can see in real time on a map exactly where the vehicle is and know how long it is until that delivery is made.
We'll actually know more of what the truck's doing. We'll have that transparency that we've never had before.
We're always looking at new ways to implement any sort of system, process, technology that can improve our business.
We're all trying to manage our fleets and we're all trying to squeeze that little bit more. We can't do that on our own. We need the help of technology.
To me, this one was a bit of a no-brainer because it'll improve how we do things and potentially also generate some cost savings as well.
At the end of the trial, what we found was a 3.9% improvement in fuel economy. And when you think about how big the PFD fleet is, that translates into a massive saving. And that was only after a 2-week period. So what we're doing now is continuing to work with PFD to monitor their fleet. And because the drivers are taking it easier on the vehicles, we're going to see less wear and tear. So we're going to see that translate into reduced servicing and maintenance costs over the long term.
Traffic's starting to ease after the evening rush, but look out for an accident on Williamstown Road in Newport, which is causing some delays getting off the Westgate Freeway.